Okay, so I joined my first game jam. It's a horror game jam called Screamology. It started on April 23rd and ended on April 30, which meant I had 1 week to make a horror game, and the theme was knowledge. So technically, it started on Thursday, but I was still working on another video, so I could only start on Saturday. By the way, check that one out too if you are interested. So on Saturday, I finally got started, but first I needed an idea. And the idea was the following. Our main character is browsing in the dark web and finds a forum post explaining how to summon an ancient angel named Lida. And for the ritual, the following items were required. Turn off the power in the house, make a circle of candles, play the music, take a hot bath before the ritual, a stopwatch, and a leg. Yes, a leg. That was my brilliant idea for the seance. And once everything is ready, we have to say the following. Leda, I'm waiting for you. Ooh, that's creepy. Now that we had the idea, it was time to start building the game. So I began by creating the first scene in the game, the computer. I didn't want to overcomplicate it, just a little Windows XP style, set up with a single icon in the middle, the dark web. When you open it, the forum appears and explains how to summon Lida. After finishing that, I took another day off because, well, I don't work on Sundays, so now I only had 4 days left. And on top of that, I work full time, so yeah, I really had to lock in. So on Monday, I continued with the player control and the level design. I found some really cool retro PlayStation style models for the environment, but unfortunately, there wasn't a computer model included. So the TV became the computer. Equip emergency solution because I was really starting to run out of time. Eventually, I threw together a bedroom, bathroom, living room and a kitchen. Then came the door, which, just like in all my games, definitely worked perfectly on the first try. After I finally got it working, I could move on the first ritual objective, turning off the power in the house. For this, I found another really cool model and filled the house with lights connected to the fuse box, so once you switch it off, every light in the house goes dark. But then the game became way too dark, so to solve that problem, I added a candle, which turned out to be a pretty terrible idea. Why? I will explain that later. So now the player can pick up the candle and actually see something. Okay, next objective, make a circle of candles. So yeah, I thought it was important that before turning off the fuse box, the player first had to pick up the candle, because, you know, seeing in the game is actually pretty useful. But unfortunately, now there are 2 candles in the game, and if the player tries to pick up the wrong candle, the game says, turn off the power first, pick up the candle first. So yeah, I hope you now understand why the candle was not a good idea. Anyway, now we can finally place the candles into a circle. Oh, they are a little bit too big. Okay, there we go, that's better. Next objective, play the music. I place the radio on the table that plays a calming song about Lida. Lida, Lida, come to me. And that's where I ended the day. Tuesday. I had 2 days left and the game was still missing the bad sequence, stopwatch and the lag. Oh, and of course, Lida the angel herself. Lida, Lida, come to me. So, time to speed things up. For the bad sequence, I once again used a very time efficient solution. The player walks up to the bathtub, presses E, the screen fades to black, water sounds play, and that's it. Nice. Next up, the lag. The idea here was that we would go over to the neighbor's house and, well, lag. So I quickly made a hallway and the room that looked exactly like mine. What a coincidence. I found a really cool human model and laid it down on the bed. The only problem was the model body parts weren't separated, so I couldn't simply cut off the leg. I made a leg directly inside Godot engine and yeah, it's a leg. Anyway, the second problem was that after cutting off the leg, the original leg was still attached to the body, so I solved that with a censorship effect and some red cubes. And honestly, it didn't turn out that bad. Okay, now the stopwatch was the last missing item for the ritual. You can find it in the neighbor house and place it into the circle, just like the leg. Then I polished the game a little more, created the UI, added a test list in top left corner, and also wrote instruction explaining where each ritual item needs to go. Wednesday. the final day where I absolutely had to finish the game, because the submission deadline was Thursday at 11 AM and I was going to be work at that time, meaning I had to finish everything today, and I still had left LIDA, sound effect, jump scare, main menu, ending, testing, exporting. So I immediately started working on LIDA. I found the demonic model online and the idea was the following. We say her name to summon her.
Lida, I am waiting for you.
Then a 60-second countdown begins, and when the timer reaches 0, LIDA appears behind us. And if we look at her, jump scare, and the game ends. And yeah, this also took way more time than I expected. At first, LIDA spawned inside the ceiling, and getting the jump scare timing right wasn't easy either, but eventually I more or less got it working. After that, I quickly filled the game with sound effects. Then I moved on to the graphic, and the entire game received this pixelated retro look, which honestly improved the atmosphere so much. After that, I made the main menu, and I also had a short backstory about LIDA. And that was it. Unfortunately, there wasn't much time left for testing, because it was already 10 PM and I had to work the next day. So I exported the game, uploaded it, created the game page and submitted the project. The next day, I saw that out of 600 participants, only 103 people actually submitted the game to the game jam. Right now, it's May 1st, while I'm making this video, and so far I have already received one video from a small YouTube creator who made a video about my game, which was honestly pretty cool.
There we go. Turn off power first. Okay. Locations? Didn't you just tell me to pick up the Alright, fine. Turn off power first? No, this one, I see.
I knew it! I knew it! I knew that was gonna happen. On top of that, I also received 3 positive reviews for the game, and there are still 5 days left until the game jam ratings are finalized. It's really great to see such an amazing community behind this game jam. Everyone is incredibly kind and supportive, and I also got to try some really awesome games. If you like that, subscribe and see you next time.